Look, I know this sounds crazy, but my friend Ben just moved into his old Art Deco apartment building downtown. It's got that vintage charm, peeling wallpaper with faded floral patterns, whispering forgotten stories, rickety floorboards that groan under every step, like the ghosts of restless tenants, and the piece de resistance, a creaky elevator that groans more than it glides. It feels like it's on the verge of giving up the ghost with every ascent, its rusty groans echoing through the dusty halls. Yesterday, Ben texted me in a panic. He got stuck in the elevator between floors. Not a big deal, right? Happens to the best of us, but here's the unsettling part. There's a floor 13 that isn't even on the button label. Just a blank space where it should be. A void staring back at you, daring you to push the non-existent button. The elevator lurched to a halt, plunging Ben into darkness. The old fluorescent lights flickered and died, leaving him with only the faint glow of his phone screen. He fumbled for the call button, but it was unresponsive. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the groaning of the ancient machinery and the frantic thump-thump of his own heart. It felt like the building itself was holding its breath, waiting. Then the elevator jolted again, and the doors clanged open with a sickening screech. No shiny hallway greeted him, just a gaping maw of inky blackness. The air turned thick and stagnant, the silence broken only by a low, rhythmic dripping sound from somewhere unseen. Ben, ever the curious one, and maybe a little foolish, cautiously stepped out, his phone light cutting through the suffocating darkness. The hallway stretched before him, an endless tunnel of peeling wallpaper and chipped linoleum, reeking of mildew and something else, something deeper, something primal. But the most unsettling detail was the faint, greenish glow emanating from somewhere down the corridor. It pulsed rhythmically, like a beating heart, beckoning him forward. He texted me, "There's a floor here, but it's not lit. Should I step out?" My heart hammered against my ribs as I typed back, urging him to stay put, wait for help. It took ages for him to respond, and when he finally did, his message was chilling. He smiled. His eyes, no eyes, just black holes. Who smiled? I texted back, a cold dread creeping into my gut. The man on floor 13. He hasn't stopped talking about the smiling man ever since. It's like he's obsessed. He keeps muttering about black eyes and a never-ending smile. A smile that stretched from ear to ear, devoid of warmth, devoid of humanity. The playful, easygoing Ben I know seems to have vanished. I rushed over to his apartment, the silence in the hallway pressing in on me, the creaking floorboards groaning like tortured souls under my feet. Ben answered the door, but it wasn't Ben. His eyes, once bright and full of life, were vacant, his face an emotionless mask. He kept repeating the same phrase over and over in a monotone voice. The smiling man. He waits for you on floor 13. Panic clawed at my throat. I called the police, but when they arrived, they found nothing unusual. No hidden floor, No trace of anything amiss. They think Ben's stressed, overworked, maybe even hallucinating, but I know better. Ben's locked himself in his apartment, refusing to come out. He keeps drawing the same thing over and over on scraps of paper, a wide, toothy grin with empty black sockets for eyes, and sometimes late at night, I swear I hear a faint, rhythmic dripping sound coming from his apartment, a sound that chills me to the bone. I'm worried sick. Did something happen to him on floor 13? What if the smiling man got him somehow? And now the once familiar glint in Ben's eyes seemed replaced by a hollow darkness mirroring the black holes he described. Is Ben lost forever to the horrors of floor 13? And the most terrifying part, the blank space where the floor 13 button should be, it's no longer blank.